This is music, and this is the continuing Bathuary quest. Welcome to another Bathuary video. This is just a mini-series running in January and February of 2025, in which I explore the discography of studio albums of the legendary extreme metal band Bathory. It's a band I've neglected back in the day when I was just getting into metal and hard rock. I did check out some of their music, and it was too extreme for me, and I neglected exploring their later output later on because I had heard they used drum machines, and that put me off. But a couple of years ago, I decided to pick up, I think, the entire discography of studio albums on cassette tape, the Back on Black reissues, and I'm now exploring them, and I'm sharing with you my first impressions of them as I listen to them in this February miniseries. And the videos are relatively short for the most part, and that's by design because I don't do any research for these videos. And that's because my normal MO when I listen to new music is jump straight into the music and then, look into the artist and the history of the releases and so on and so forth, contexts and all that stuff afterwards. So this time we're going to have a look at this one here. This is Requiem. Don't know where this is in their discography because I am listening to it out of chronological order, I've found out. Doesn't matter. Uh, let's unseal it and then I will give it a listen and I will come back with my thoughts on it. It's out of the cellophane. Now it is. And let's just have the mandatory look at. So this is the shell. Not a whole lot of tape here, so I assume that this is relatively short, like the Return, which I looked at last time. That was also a quite short one. That was an early release. I don't know if this is. Uh, and then the J card, as usual, pretty straightforward and bare bones. At least we got the lyrics and some liner notes too, but not a whole lot. But that is basically all the info that we need. So I will pop this in the cassette deck, give it a listen, come back with my first impressions. So don't go anywhere. And I am back, having listened to Requiem. So this to me is a thrash metal album. It's not the filthy, nasty, blackened style of speed metal or whatever you want to call it. The proto black metal, whatever, that you know from the self-titled and so on and so forth. This is more of a modern sounding style of thrash metal. The production is not lo-fi, but it's definitely not polished either. The guitar tone has quite the punch to it. And the bass, I actually quite like the sound of the bass. I do not like the sound of the drums. The production on the drums doesn't sound good at all to me. The drums do sound a little bit mechanical. I don't know if it is a person playing or a drum machine or a person playing electronic drums or whatever. I have no idea. I just don't like the sound of the drums. But overall, there's nothing wrong with the music. I quite like the riffs. The songs are pretty simple, pretty straightforward, and they're pretty short, as you can see here as well from the amount of tape. So they're in your face. And while there wasn't a whole lot of palm muting on that sort of more filthy style of speed black thrash, whatever you want to call it, there's a lot of palm muting on here. So that means that the riffs have more of a punch to them. They're not just like fast and nasty, they're like punchy as well, which I quite appreciate. Very fast songs for the most part. You have some mid-tempo stuff. You have some more modern sounding stuff. There's even a little bit of groove to some of the songs. The last track in particular, The vocals they're not like the harsh, screechy style from the early days. Uh, he doesn't like do clean singing either, like he does on some of the Viking metal stuff. Uh, it does sound angry and kind of shouty, and that fits the music very well. I think the vocals might be a little bit too low in the mix in places, but that's just my opinion. So I actually quite enjoy this one overall. It's a nice, aggressive, fast, punchy, kind of modern sounding thrash metal album. It does sound kind of 90s-ish, and nothing wrong with that. I do like 90s thrash. So yeah, I will revisit this one for sure. Sadly, and this is one of the risks when you buy cassette tapes. On side A, uh, the left stereo channel is completely dead. There's only music on the right stereo channel, but I can still hear what's going on, so that's okay. Side B is perfect. Uh, I just wanted to bring that up. I don't know if that's just my tape or if it's like a problem with all the reissues on back on black with this one, or if it's a problem with the original. I don't think so, to be honest. But yeah, really good stuff. I enjoy this for what it is. You know, good, fun, punchy thrash metal with sometimes questionable lyrics, but hey, it's metal. You can't write love songs all the time. So there you go. I like this one. I don't know if I'm allowed to like it by the heavy metal opinion police, but I don't care. Thanks for watching.